the question that we've been asked is, let's say we buy a furniture, like say computer or something like that. How do you record HST? Now, the main thing that you want to think about HST or tax is, when do you want that tax to be reported? Now, there are two ways. Let's say you want it to be immediately reported in this quarter. The easiest way would be you click on Action button, okay, and you would go to Expense, record it as an office expense. Like, you can pick one of these categories. You can say, hey, this is some form of office supplies. You can say computer, invoice number is 1123, and let's say the computer cost you $1,500 with taxes included. It'll automatically, UDA will calculate, and that's the HST, and you can post it to how you paid it. Maybe you paid it with your credit card, right? Like, you can say that and hit the submit button. Let's actually look at the journal entry, what will happen in that case. So, if I go to the TD credit card account, right, and I actually click on the computer description, it tells me like, hey, the office supplies is that much, the HST payable is recorded, and obviously it credits it on your credit card, because that's where the expense went off. Now, it's possible that the expense actually happened in another quarter, and you want HST to be transferred only in this quarter. Then the entries are a little different. What you would do is you mark it as a prepaid asset. In that case, you will say Action, you'll go to Asset, and you'll mark it as a prepaid asset. So in this case, let's say it's a fixed asset. Computer is a good example, and you can say invoice 1114, computer, laptop, Dell, purchased, and as we said, it was $1,500 total, right? Taxes included. And how you paid for it? Credit card, right? And you can say credit card, and here it is, and it was paid to Best Buy, and hit the submit button. So now again, if you look at my call credit card, I have now two. This one where the old one where I have the HST recorded as of today, and this one, no HST has been recorded. This has just been recorded as an asset. Now, the quarter, when you want to transfer that, what you would do, you would click on Action, again go back to the asset, and you would do what we call a periodic transfer. You can even divvy it up. You can say, hey, I want $750 of computer assets HST transferred in this quarter and another in another quarter. You could do that. So you could say periodic transfer, and this is where now you would choose office supplies, and you will say, computer, Dell, purchase, right? And you can even put it in two amounts. You can say $1,000, right? And you can say invoice 1114, right? And the taxes are now calculated at lower rate, right? And this basically comes from you now need to pick the category. It was a fixed asset, and then it was computers was the category that you actually did the prepaid from, and you can actually do a submit. Okay. Now, what you can also do is maybe another quarter transfer the remaining $750. You can say Action, Asset, periodic transfer, exactly the same thing. You can say, in fact, you could even do that. You can say computers, pre-fill, and then you can go back to office supplies, right? You can say 1114, and 1114, and it was basically computer, Dell, and now it's another $750 that you want to actually pass, right? Because the original $750 was already passed off, and now you're transferring the assets of computer. So now I'm going to go to the computer account. Okay, under liability, it's under assets, it's going to be under fixed assets, called computer. You will now see that okay, so it's now $500. I made a mistake, so it's $500 that I need to transfer, and you can see now that the original amount was $1,500 that I put in as an asset, and I transferred it quarter by quarter. I mean, obviously now here the dates, I did not pay a lot of attention. I could have changed the dates. I could have said, hey, this was done last, let's say it was done, June the 1st, right? The purchase was in 2017, right? And I could have posted these two, one being last quarter and this one being the other quarter. I could have done it that way, but I did not do it that way. But like, at the end of the day, I could have done a transfer like that too. Okay, so to summarize, there are two things. One, you can say action expense office expense. That means like you're just recording office expense and you're done with it. It's the easiest mechanism. It's the most recommended mechanism. But sometimes you may want to withhold HST for 1 quarter and transfer it. That's where you would use this asset. You would pre-purchase it as an asset whenever it was done. That way you can reconcile your bank, you can move on, and then transfer the HST whenever you need.